Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hidden Code channel. I'm Baron. Just a few days ago, on March 28th, 2025, a massive 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck Myanmar, with its epicenter near the country's second largest city, Mandalay. It left a trail of devastation, claiming over 2,000 lives so far. The quake was so powerful that it rocked Bangkok, the capital of Thailand, which is over 1,000 kilometers away from its origin. The entire city felt the tremors, buildings swayed, and people ran to outdoor safe zones in fear. But what demands our attention is this: a 33-story building under construction collapse, and this is the only high-rise in Bangkok to fall. Every other skyscraper, old building, and even an unfinished structure abandoned decades ago stood firm. It's got everyone asking, was this just a freak act of nature or a disaster waiting to happen? Let's zero in on this and uncover the real reasons behind it. Buckle up, we've got a lot to unpack in the next several minutes. Let's start with the building itself. This was a 33-story tower for Thailand's State Audit Office, nearly complete but still under construction. It used a flat plate system, sometimes called a shear wall setup, which is super common in places where quakes are rare. Here's the gist: a thick concrete core wall handles sideways forces like wind or seismic jolts, while smaller gravity columns support the floor's weight. With no chunky beams, but just flat slabs, you'll get taller ceilings and open interiors. It's a sleek, space-saving design. Compare that to a 20-story building in Taiwan, where you'd see robust columns and beams built to flex during earthquakes. So, does it make sense to skip that method and stick with the flat plate choice for this building, given Thailand isn't exactly in a seismic zone? Actually, the flat plate system is a go-to for skyscrapers, like the 98-story Central Park Tower near Central Park in New York. But here's the catch: if a quake does strike, this design can be extremely vulnerable, unable to resist earthquakes of any significant magnitude. So, why did this one tower crumble while Bangkok's other buildings just swayed? The quake struck Myanmar, centered near Mandalay. That's 1,000 kilometers away, a crazy distance, right? Rooftop pools sloshed everywhere, but only this 33-story frame crumpled into rubble, claiming at least 19 lives, with over 100 still missing as of April 3rd, 2025. Thailand's Prime Minister has launched an investigation, and this is where the critical details emerge. The project was tied to China Railway No. 10, a Chinese state-owned firm, working with a Thai partner. After the collapse, Thailand's Steel Association and Industry Ministry tested 28 steel samples from the wreckage. Guess what? The verdict is nearly half, that's 15 bars, failed quality checks. Reports say these substandard bars came from Sin Yuan Steel Company, a Chinese outfit shut down in December 2024 for failing safety standards. Their steel was flagged as subpar in January 2025, yet it somehow ended up here. Did the contractor cut corners to save cash? That's the million-dollar question. Back to the design itself. Flat plate systems can fail via punching shear. Picture the slab as a tabletop. If the steel inside is weak, the columns punch through it like a fork through cake. Videos show this collapse starting at the top, floors slamming down one after another. That's a classic sign of punching shear. Without strong reinforcement, like steel hoops around the columns, it's a recipe for disaster. And if that steel was junk, game over. There's more to it though. Bangkok sits on a basin of soft soil. When those Myanmar quake waves hit, they got amplified. Think of it like shaking a bowl of pudding. That's the basin effect, turning a distant tremor into a local nightmare. Plus, this tower's height gave it a long sway period, syncing with the low-frequency waves that traveled 1,000 kilometers. This is known as resonance. When the building's natural sway aligns with the quake's rhythm, the shaking intensifies. It's an unfortunate coincidence, no doubt, but substandard materials likely made the outcome inevitable. In Myanmar, the death toll has climbed past 2,700, with rescue teams racing against time. Meanwhile, in Bangkok, this collapse has sparked outrage. Here's the wildest twist: 4 Chinese workers from the project were caught sneaking into the rubble after the quake. They hauled off 32 documents hidden under the debris. These are records about the building's construction. Authorities suspect they were rushing to snatch evidence, possibly to conceal proof of corruption or the use of shoddy materials. Unsurprisingly, the 4 denied it, claiming they were just securing records. Sure, they got off lightly, a month's probation and a tiny fine. Sketchy, huh? Meanwhile, the bigger picture is grim. The collapsed tower was only 30% complete, far behind its one-year completion goal. Officials had already flagged delays and an understaffed crew, and some even suspected corner cutting before the quake. Thailand's Steel Association confirmed nearly half the steel was substandard, and fingers are pointing at China Railway No. 10. Add in whispers of past violations by this firm in Thailand, this looks less like an accident and more like a scandal. The government's now considering tougher building codes, especially since this was a state project. If a public building fails this badly, what else is at risk? So, what's the bottom line? This collapse could have been a lethal mix, a rare quake worsened by Bangkok soil, and a design unprepared for it, and perhaps the substandard steel from the Chinese contractor eager to bury the evidence. It's a sobering lesson. Shortcuts cost lives. So, what's your view? Was it nature's force, human error, or a combination? Share your thoughts below, and if this analysis resonated with you, subscribe and hit that like button. Let's keep exploring the reality behind the headlines. Catch you next time. Stay safe, stay informed.